So it has really helped me to express my thoughts and feelings. But most important, and that's why I've stuck with episode and haven't branched out to other apps really,
Mhm.
is um, I rely on that cinematic directing to show what my brain refuses to let me say. And that's kind of why I kind of push myself in the directing area. So
Oh,
I
okay.
guess you could say me becoming a writer was a direct result of my car accident.
Cool. Well, I mean, not cool that it was, from the car accident, but that,
Yeah,
you found something that worked, like kind of
an
like a
outlet.
therapy. Yeah, an outlet and like kind of like a therapy for you as well with everything that happened, which, as I said, it's amazing on how, you told us about what happened with your accident and everything to where you are now. It's just incredible.
It's it's a long recovery. Oh my gosh, I'm being loud. Sorry.
It's okay. We do not
I
hear them.
good. I've had a couple of setbacks.
Hmm.
My job is a very physical job, and it's a very dangerous job. And um, was it Halloween of 2018? So 18? God, it was 2 years ago. Oh, uh, I was actually kicked in the head by one of my patients, a horse.
I was gonna guess
Um,
that. I was literally gonna
yeah,
guess. I'm like, it was a horse, wasn't it?
yes, I was kicked in the head. It was actually Halloween.
Oh
And
no.
I had a, a I don't want to say a big setback, but it did set me back. They said that the doctor said that had I not had a previous brain injury, my recovery would have been
Quicker.
quicker. Um, I think I was out of work a month and a half that
Oh
time.
wow.
Um, One of the great things about working for a university is, especially with a big football team, is
Hmm.
there's a lot of the health experts there. They're used to concussions, so
Yeah.
they they really took care of me. That I felt like I got better care after getting kicked in the head than I did with my car accident.
Well, that's kind of saying something, but I'm not again not
Um,
touching that.
Yep,
Not
not
touching
touching that.
that.
Um,
Not gonna
Pretty
start
sad
that.
when work takes care of you better than the real world. Um, so I think that and the way that they helped me recover and the tips that they gave me on recovery is why I rebounded so well.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, I've had setbacks, but I always come back. So
Well, that's good, and like I said, for people who obviously who do have these problems or even just have like chronic issues, it's not one of those things that just goes away. It's always going to
no,
stay with you.
yeah, I mean, I will always struggle.
But you're doing amazing.
I was talking to a friend actually yesterday, and I had made a post because actually June is aphasia awareness month of
Okay.
many awarenesses. So June is aphasia awareness month, and my post last year, somebody reached out to me and said they experienced the same thing from a brain injury. So
Hmm.
it seems like every year another person reaches out to me, and it really helps because you realize that, hey, I'm not the only one out there.
Exactly.
But then you can share stories. And we
Mhm.
were talking about, sometimes part of what keeps you going with the writing is the fear that if you stop, you will deteriorate. Um, so uh, it's also kind of a motivation to keep going. It's fear is never a great motivator, but
Nope,
it is what it is.
and it's, as I said, it's understandable with for you with, like I said, everything you've gone through, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know how you, like I said, right, I don't know all that. And I don't know all that because myself, I haven't had um, a brain injury. I've had,
Yeah.
just problems with learning. Like, I learn more by seeing and doing more than reading out of a book. And I know for some people, they could read a book and be like, okay, I know what to do. And my boyfriend's like that. He can read it once and be like, okay, I know what to do. I'm like, how? So, but it just shows that, and I love that you said that you think you're the only person that has, this problem. And
And you're not.
when you're not, and it's good that other people do reach out, and they under I guess they kind of understand what you're going through
Well,
in their own way, right?
the two people that have I have connected with in the community that
Mm,
also have aphasia. It's kind of funny because we share frustrations and we share stories, and there's a togetherness there, and
mhm.
it it just kind of makes you feel a little bit better about the situation, if that's possible.
Yeah,
um just sometimes just having somebody to vent your frustrations about what you are experiencing with.
exactly. And I cannot describe it any better than you just did. I found you described it perfectly. That there's just a together. It's somebody else who kind of is going through that. They can understand and kind of vent and help you with those difficult times as well, which is amazing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
for those listening, what are your current stories you have on the uh what are your current stories? And if you do, I know you said this earlier in the interview that you don't
Yeah.
write on other apps other than Episode, but if you do, can you name those stories as well?
Well, okay, so current stories on episode. I have my it's not my original story, but it's my I guess coming out story, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
Speak. It's a mental health awareness story. The ink version is complete. It is hidden from my profile because I really, 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 really need to revamp it really bad. Really bad. But I want to finish the Limelight version, which is out now.
Hmm.
And then I will revamp the ink version. So I have that, which is out and complete in ink and ongoing in Limelight.
Okay.
I actually have the first 6 episodes of the sequel out, um, called Silence. Because what's the opposite of speaking? Silence.
Silence.
I have a thing about one worded titles of